We have a very special guest in studio right now talking about a very important project that's going to affect everyone in the community before too long. And Loretta Swanson is Mason County Public Works Director and joins us to talk about the State Route 3 Freight Corridor and an event happening this evening that you can still attend. Loretta, good to see you.
Good to see you. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks so much for being with us here. So I'm new to the area. I've been here just over a year and just love it here. I love Mason County. And we had I know it's not called the Belfair bypass anymore. That was the original name for it. But we had a bypass back where we lived in Northern California, and it made everything so much better. And everyone kind of complained about it. Everyone was kind of uncertain about it in the beginning. And then what I find is that with projects like this, once everyone's kind of into it and it's helping everybody, they forget what it was like before. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to remember what that whole route looked like before they made the changes. And we just get accustomed to these things. But what has been, before we talk about this event tonight at the high school, North Mason High School, overall input from the community, mixed or mostly positive, mostly concerned? What have you been getting from the people out there in Mason County?
Probably surprise. It's really happening.
Yeah, that's probably the reality
positive.
Hitting, huh?
Yeah. I think folks are excited, and it's obviously been a very long time coming, a project that's been on the books and talked about for a very, very long time.
Well, I go into Silverdale pretty much every day, Wednesday through Sunday, and I don't even hit it at peak times, and I get a lot of congestion going in there into Bremerton and past the Bremerton Airport and into Bremerton and Silverdale. So I can only imagine. I've had to hit it a few times during the peak of congestion, but that can be a mess in there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it can.
And is it a lot of the shipyard folks commuting back and forth?
There's a lot of that commute. Yes, absolutely.
And kind of where we're located, where we've got, it's an interesting location. When I tell friends who have no idea where Shelton or Belfair, where these towns are, I tell them, well, you know where Bremerton is? Oh, yeah, I know, the naval town and something. I go, you know where Olympia is? And we're kind of, almost equidistant. I live in Grapeview, and I feel like I can go shopping in Belfair or Shelton at the same distance. Mm-hmm. So you have a lot of people kind of coming through the area as well, not just commercial traffic, right? I mean, just regular.
Correct.
But you do have a lot of the commercial as well, and that's what this whole freight corridor is going to alleviate, hopefully.
Yes, absolutely.
And
it'll provide a 6-mile corridor that's also referred to as a business loop, and that will take the through traffic around outside of the Belfair downtown core area.
Now, unlike a lot of other projects like this where there's a lot of displacement, this is an awesome project because it's not displacing a whole bunch, right? This is mainly cutting through, my understanding, areas that are not really, I mean, you're not cutting through like a shopping center, cutting through someone's house necessarily. Tell us a little bit about that. It's kind of out and about, right? It's not.
That's true.
Not a lot of eminent domain issues or things like that where you're having to plow through an established area.
That's correct. The alignment basically follows a ridge up above the town or the community of Belfair. And where there are potential conflict points are at the beginning and end points of the project. So for the most part, the design was fairly well set for the majority of the corridor. And tonight, for folks that are attending the workshop, the open house, they'll be able to take a look at what DOT's been analyzing for the 2 connections, where they come back to the 3 corridor. And that's been the great mystery. We've got the Alta community at the south end, and of course the high school campus.
Sure.
And we've got to be, the DOT team is sensitive about all of the design considerations that go around that. And then at the north end, we're looking at around the Lake Flora area. And there's some development there, but as you pointed out, it's not super densely populated.
Sure. Now tell us about this event. It's this evening, 5:30 to 7:30, right? At North Mason High School at the Commons, 200 East Campus Drive in Belfair. What can people expect to attend?
So it is an open house, and there will be tables set up. It's fairly informal, so you can drop in at any time.
That's great.
At your convenience, and just mix and mingle and take a look at various displays and take an opportunity to talk with the DOT personnel that are involved with the project. Ask questions, just have some informal conversation, and just learn more about the project. And often DOT will have feedback or input opportunities. So if you want to
Sure.
share your comments or concerns or questions about the project, there will be that opportunity as well.
I recommend anybody who has any kind of reservations about it to attend something like this. I mean, these projects can always seem intimidating from afar, and then when you get right down to it and you're talking to the WSDOT people and seeing the pictures and the graphs and the maps and everything, it brings it closer to home and people can relate to it better. It's not
It
the
does.
scary kind of nebulous thing.
Right. And this design team is out of Port Orchard, and they are the same folks that were working through the Belfair widening
Yeah.
project. So they're very familiar with the Belfair community, and hopefully folks feel comfortable coming and visiting with the DOT design team.
That's fantastic. So they got a couple hours, 5:30 to 7:30 this evening, North Mason High School Commons, 200 East Campus Drive in Belfair. All are welcome to attend. And I'm on the WSDOT.wa.gov site. A lot of information there on the
Yes.
Freight Corridor project and kind of timetable, time frames and proposed time frames and things like that, timelines. You can
And-
just look up freight and stay Route 3 and it'll come right up.
Yes, and opportunities. If you really want to track the project, you can sign up for project alerts and receive notice yourself of meetings like tonight.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
Well, I hope you have great attendance there, and I hope a lot of people in the community, especially those who may be wondering more about this, can go and get their questions answered.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity to remind and let people know.
Well, thank you. Loretta Swanson, our guest, Mason County Public Works Director. We appreciate having you.
Great.
We'll have you on
Thank
again.
you.
Thank you very much.